Everyone, I'm with John and Ike. We're the clickbaiters, and we're gonna react to Madden franchise.
We're the
John,
clickbaiters.
John, start the video.
All right. We're just jumping right into it. No introduction, no nothing.
I'm with John and Ike. That's all we need.
All right. That is true. We gotta jump right into the video. All right. Well, I'll just say real quick, this is the franchise deep dive. Came out a few days ago. Hadn't really gotten to a reaction when it came out, but we are now, so let's get it.
In addition to the all-new Field Sense gameplay system in Madden 23, new features are coming to franchise this year. Today we're excited to share the details about free agency, motivations, tags, contracts, scouting, and some of the things we're doing to provide deeper immersion. We focus on these areas specifically to respond to player feedback, with the goal of enhancing the realism, authenticity, and fun within the mode.
They fucking
To
better be.
emulate the same level of drama and fun that fans experience during the free agency period each offseason, our goal with free agency in Madden 23 is a more competitive and rewarding experience for our players. In Madden 22, free agency signings were based on which team offered the most money to a player. In Madden 23, money remains a factor, but that's not the only factor. All new player motivations and tags add competition and skill to the process. They also drive decision-making beyond just the money offered when negotiating free agent contracts. Motivations help determine why a player chooses to sign with a particular team. Let's go deeper here with some real-world examples.
Okay. I'll just pause right there real quick. So to go back to the beginning, obviously they have their whole introduction, layout, a lot of the things, of course, the typical brand buzzwords of authenticity and enhanced realism, all that. Yeah, they'll talk a bit more about motivations. Yeah, so real quick, we'll just go onto this screen here. Yeah, so I guess this is what the new Madden free agency re-signing screen is going to look like.
That's crazy.
We have
Not
motivations now.
So Jason McCourty, shout out Jason McCourty, just announced his retirement.
Madden forced him to retire. You heard it here first. He was featured in one video. He said, "Oh no."
Oh boy.
But anyway,
EA can't catch a break.
You do process this information differently because this specific player, obviously a veteran in the league, should just be chasing rings at this point and trying to get paid.
Yeah.
So obviously his motivations are historic championships with the Saints. You know, they're always competitive. They haven't won Super Bowl in a while, but you know, they're always competitive. They're always in the playoffs and competing. So, you know, it's kind of middle of the pack there for impact wise. Makes sense. Super Bowl chasing. Saints are consistently, like I said, just a playoff contender. So it's a little bit more green, which makes sense. And he favors the warm weather. And
He
who
loves the weather.
wouldn't? You know, that's why, you know, like Brady and Gronk went to Tampa. Like, it's just like that warm weather, that little bit extra motivation. You know, I think these are like some good impact scenarios. Like, I think these are good motivations as long as they make sense and they're realistic for every single player, because they have to do it.
Yep.
Fake
And
players too.
I paused a bit early
Fake
because I think
players.
they go into it as well.
How many different personalities are in the league?
Yep,
Like, you have to, a lot.
Let me
to
skip forward a
consider.
bit here.
Wait. No. Wait. No.
They'll
I would've
talk
thought-
about the
okay.
text. They'll talk about the tags.
No, I don't care about the text.
All right.
75 players on the team.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
probably
it's-
like,
it's a lot of personalities.
yeah.
I mean,
Is
they
that-
have a hard time
That's
getting
what
all
it's
the
like
face
during
scans.
off season before player
They have a hard
cuts.
time getting player pictures and face scans. Like, you're gonna tell me you know every single person's motivations and preferences? Like,
Yeah,
this is
everyone.
a really cool feature, but it has to be done correctly because we could get a lot of repetitive stuff.
You telling me if I'm in New England, they're not going to come to me because I'm cold? Are you shitting me? John, go on.
All right.
Motivations help determine why a player chooses to sign with a particular team. Let's go deeper here with some real-world examples. Jarvis Landry just took an offer with the New Orleans Saints, and one of his motivations to sign there was going back home to Louisiana, where he grew up and
This is
played
what is college?
We have the same motivation in Madden 23
LSU.
called close to home. If a player has this motivation and you can
So I'll just pause real quick. Based on the Jason McCourty and Landry examples, it does show that they have different motivations for different players. So that's a good quick thing to note.
Another older player just looking for Super Bowl chase.
It's going to give you a leg up in negotiations. Another example, wide receiver Russell Gage signed with Tampa Bay. He actually got a recruiting call from Tom Brady a few days before he signed with the Bucs. This is another new motivation in Madden 23 where players want to play with franchise quarterbacks. Previously, players like Leonard Fournette, Antonio
Is Mike
Brown,
Evans
and Rob
not a mentor?
Gronkowski all signed with the Bucs to play alongside Brady, a legendary franchise quarterback.
Sorry, I'll go back real quick.
Is Mike Evans not a mentor at position?
Maybe if Brady isn't there. but Brady-
No players have the player tag of mentor.
Yeah, that's. Mm-hmm.
I was thinking veteran equals mentor,
player
but
tag,
no, I
yeah.
guess not.
Mm-hmm. They
I
have
guess-
player tags that I guess decide it.
Okay.
And
Like, I need a mentor then.
I'll talk more about it when we get to the end of this segment.
Previously, players like Leonard Fournette, Antonio Brown, and
Get
Rob
off me.
Gronkowski all signed with the Bucs to play alongside Brady, a legendary franchise quarterback. Our last example is linebacker Von Miller. He's a veteran who wants to win a Super Bowl first and foremost. That's Madden 23's Super Bowl contender motivation.
She already did.
Player motivations are going to better define where players
He
are
wants
going
to do
in
it
free
again.
agency. So, the decision is
I want to
about
play
much
with the
more
legend,
money.
Marcus Mariota.
Does a player want to be in a big market? Does he need to be at the top of the depth chart in order to sign? Does he fit the
Oh, income tax.
for defensive scheme? We even have a no-state income
Yep,
tax
there's the
motivation
income
for
tax
teams
one.
in Texas, Florida, and Washington, for example, which is pretty cool. We're also
Which is
introducing
pretty
all
cool.
new player tags.
All right.
I wonder
this-
if that counts to cap, like no income tax.
I'm not sure. Probably not. I doubt they go that far, but yeah, so they definitely show some different players that have different motivations. I guess they go
Have
into
two tags.
player tags a bit. Yeah, so I think this is where they go into player tags.
Logic.
Here, let me
Okay.
back
We're
up
also
a bit.
introducing all new player tags that directly impact free agent logic, trade logic, draft logic, and player progression. Let's
Buzzwords.
walk through a few examples of player tags. When Aaron Rodgers wins the MVP award in Madden 23, he'll get the award winner tag. This will drive free agent
Okay, so it does
AI,
change. It's not like a
increase
preset thing. At least for player tags. Some of them, it sounds like.
It changes?
It,
Oh,
well,
fuck.
because he
Okay.
said, yeah, because it said because Aaron Rodgers won the MVP, he earns the player tag.
Wait a minute.
So
Franchise QB. But what if he does get replaced?
I don't know.
Is that? I wonder how that.
I'm guessing that's AI logic, if I had to guess.
Oh, I wonder if he can leave mid-season if you
Who
don't
knows?
start him.
That would be
Oh.
that would. I doubt they have done that much work into it, but that would be an interesting addition.
interest of other teams to sign him and drive up his market value. Another player tag is called Day One Starter. A great example is wideout Jamar Chase, who became the Bengals' top target on day one. With this, CPU teams will now utilize pro-ready prospects,
like that.
moving them above similarly rated players on the depth chart to get them more reps and progress them faster. Player progression logic is improved as a result. One more tag example is veteran linebacker Bobby Wagner, who has the mentor tag. This tag gives an XP bonus to all players at the same position during weekly training. You're
fucking
incentivized
crazy.
to sign veteran players because it can help
Jeez.
develop your younger guys. The new free agent
All right. So that's
now
it for that.
not having only younger players is good.
Yeah, so they
now
want to
if you got a
encourage you to
vet-
sign older guys. I don't know what exactly the requirements are to get tags like that.
It is true.
Because obviously you said Mike Evans isn't, but I guess Bobby Wagner is, or someone else is. But yeah, at least for mentor, teams are more interested and boost XP for players at said position. So that's definitely motivation to get a guy like that.
Yeah.
I am curious though as to if this is like just randomly decided or if there's more logic to it, if we can change it as, you know, commissioners of a
Yeah.
or as owners of a franchise league, can we edit this stuff to make it more realistic? Or are we just relying on AI logic that has been
Yeah,
proven time and
um,
time again to be unreliable? So,
Are
You
we
know-
relying on E EA?
are we, I mean, we basically are, at least to our knowledge. We'll have to see what it's like when the game is released in a month, which is almost a month to the day. But let me go back here and check a couple of these other ones out. They said day one starter. So I think this is kind of the fix to players drafting like quarterbacks and wide receivers in their first round every year, even though they have a rookie or second rounder. So
that's cool.
Yeah, teams are unlikely to draft a replacement for this player. So again, if certain tags kind of come and go, are ones lasting longer, like day one starter, to make sure that they aren't replaced a year or two in? I don't know. I guess we'll have to see.
What happens if they get replaced?
Yeah. Ike, what are your thoughts?
Oh man, it's a lot to process. That's one of those things where it's a really good, system. If EA did their homework, if they put in the work and actually incorporate a good system, and don't leave it up to the AI to make these kind of decisions. Because if you think about it, this is for franchise. Franchise is mostly about team. People don't go into franchise, play one season, and they're done. Like it's supposed to last a while. So you have to put it into terms where Kenny Pickett, rookie QB, motivations and tags are going to be much different than Kenny Pickett sim 10 years in the future.
Or even 3 or 4 years when he's, at the end of his rookie deal. Has he worked out for Pittsburgh? Has he not? Do they want to move on from him? Do they want to resign?
As long as there's some kind of system put in place where it's not just the same stuff over and over, just really repetitive, and it's, there's just got to be some kind of system put in place.
Yeah.
And I hope they didn't just kind of plug and play.
And going off of, I don't know if Soren kind of briefly said, but I know they were kind of showing like real life examples, like Jarvis Landry will want to stay home or what all that. But I think someone was about to bring up something about, okay, how does this apply to the AI generated rookies in the draft classes? What are their motivations? Are those realistic?
Are they just fucking random?
Yeah.
What I want to know is what's considered a franchise quarterback. Wins, playoff wins, Super Bowl wins. Like what is like maybe he doesn't win. Maybe he doesn't win, but he's there for a long time. He knows the system. Is that a franchise quarterback? Like what is? I want to know. I want to know what moves the bar left and right. Like if Jamar Chase
overall rating.
If is it overall like Jamar Chase? It says current or projected depth 1. But what if I want him at but what if I want him at my slot receiver? Is that going to affect his morale, the way he plays?
Yeah, that is true. How do they know that they're going to be at the top of the depth chart?
Yeah.
Is it?
I want to know what moves the bar left and right.
Even if he may be like the second rated wide receiver when I sign him, right?
Yeah.
Say I have an 89 overall receiver already on my team and I want to sign Jamar Chase at 87.
Yep.
Does that hurt me? Because even if I sign him when I have a higher overall rated, I'm still going to put him at 1 on the depth chart? How do they know that?
I mean, that's just the motivations for him to come sign with you.
Yeah.
So that's what he's hoping for him.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know I don't think they quite have that deep of logic of like, sure, I may have a higher rated wide receiver, but I'm going to put this guy at 1. But with whatever logic I'm guessing they have right now, even if I wanted to do that, whatever system they have now would probably see that as, oh, they have a higher rated wide receiver. I don't want to go there because they have a higher rated guy, even though I would want him to be my 1. Say like I have a Mike Williams on my team or something like that, where I want him as a wide receiver 2, just like an X wide receiver. But
Sorry, does Madden already have a health section? And is that already a thing?
Yeah, that's been a thing. It doesn't mean anything. It just shows the stamina and the injury rating.
And I haven't played. I was
1 to
just
99.
curious. What the fuck is that? We can go on.
Yeah, we got plenty of video left.
Let me just double check if there's anything quick to go
also,
over.
I do like that.
Tyler Boyd higher overall than Jamar Chase. I just wanted to
overalls were...
Yeah, Boyd over Chase. I think, this I think is from the
was
beta.
He was 87 in the...
Yeah, this is from the beta. They just released the official ratings, so we can go over those another time when they do the full release and go over ratings. Because even though they've only released wide receivers and tight ends. There are some that are highly questionable. But yeah, the income tax thing. Of course, Aaron Rodgers would want no income tax. That's realistic.
Player tag immunized. This player gains a temporary. Oh fuck! All right, John.
Motivation needs to go to a state that doesn't have a VAT.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be funny.
All right, free agency. All right, here we go.
I want to see this. This sounds sick as fuck.
Teams, manage free agent signings, view player motivations and tags, and more. You'll see each player's motivations in the upper middle portion of the screen.
I love this screen.
Okay, I just want to pause on this. I know there's so much. Want to go through it. I just want to talk about this real quick because oh my gosh, this looks so much better than the old one.
If you love info, you'll love that everything on the screen.
First of all, they actually show ratings on the free agent screen.
Yeah.
You can actually, and I'm guessing you can hopefully sort by like certain attributes.
It says sort at the bottom.
Yeah,
so.
You can sort by player attributes, which I mean might, players will just want to go by speed anyway, but you can see what they are.
Yo!
You can see what they are. Oh my gosh. Dude. And then they have the whole interest bar, which I'm guessing is like an addition of all the motivations and stuff as I get, they show all the interest. They'll go into that a bit. But just from what you see on the screen now, I need to know what you guys think of this.
I want to pay attention to you are currently the Rams. Derwin James is interested. Terry McLaurin, DK Metcalf, but not Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham's like, I find that funny.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Odell Beckham is not interested.
Probably based on motivations. Maybe he wants to be close to home or something like that.
He was already fucking there. Yeah,
I know, but
kidding.
Maybe he doesn't like to go back and play for a team that.
Yeah, he already won for.
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of an Odell
also,
thing to do.
Rams have $50 million in cap. God.
How do they have 50 million cap? Yeah. Again, this is from the beta version, I'm guessing. So, or whatever it is.
I like the expected value, and then the market watch. It tells you the status that you have, and other teams interested. It doesn't tell you the teams. That's cool.
Yep, they'll go into that a bit. So I'll
IQ go, man.
There's a lot to process on this screen. Obviously, they're going to talk about it in a sec, so I'm curious to see like all the different features and whatnot. But I don't know. This was obviously a really basic thing that we've been like. I can't believe it wasn't incorporated, but. Yeah, like looking at all the attributes and whatnot, this kind of gives me like Madden 18 vibes. Like it just looks like a really simple screen. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I wish it looked a little more futuristic. I just feel like they kind of went backwards a little bit.
They just kind of have the grid background.
They went back to the basics. They're giving us what we wanted, but I wish they just would have touched it up a little bit. But it's a step in the right direction.
Also, what does the help me at the bottom?
This probably tells you how to.
There's a whole help
since
button.
It's a brand new free agency screen.
Exact trailer, and
it links you to YouTube.
Pulls up this trailer and it gives you a walkthrough.
All right, I'm gonna continue.
I wish.
Overall interest level in your team. Player motivations are displayed in order of importance and can be either a positive, negative, or neutral status. Next, in the upper right-hand corner, we have the market watch. This shows the current number of teams that are interested in the player, as well as his offer status. The status can be no offer, in the hunt, or not in the hunt. This provides valuable information as to whether or not you want to continue targeting a player. Below,
that's cool.
You can also see his expected market value, which gives you a starting point on what you want to offer.
How does he have teams interested but no offers?
So let's talk about the Rams have no offer. Your team is what shows us the status. So to show no offer, in the hunt, or out of the hunt. So it won't tell you what. I guess they're going away from the point value thing now. I guess
they don't want you competing for the bigger bar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
They won't even show that. So they'll show if you're in the hunt or out of the hunt, which can give you a bit of a range. So even if you are ahead, it'll say in the hunt. I'm hoping it'll say that, right?
Yeah,
I would imagine.
So
because
before you could just if you bid the most points, then you win. You can't. Yeah, and it's just kind of like you just hop in last 10 minutes before we advance. Like in our franchise, we advance at a certain time. You can just hop in last 10 minutes of the free agency period, put your bid on, and then just submit it the last second before we advance. And because you had the most points, then you get the player. But with this one, you don't see what any of the other teams are offering. You just know you're somewhere in the hunt, you're somewhere out of the hunt. And then I guess with the expected value too, you can see if teams are highly overpaying someone or if they're, undervaluing them. So it's a nice change. I think it's a nice change from what we had before. It definitely puts a lot more strategy into it.
And you can also only negotiate with 5 players per period.
Yep, they'll go into that. I'll just play it real quick.
Another new addition to the free agency system is the introduction of active negotiations. In order to
91 speed.
Pressure,
Calvin Ridley's in the game.
The number of offers you can have out there at any given stage. In stage 1, you have a max of 5 players you can negotiate with, so you need to be thoughtful going after those top-tier free agents. As the stages advance, you'll be able to offer more players, so in stage 2, you'll get up to 10 offers per eval period, and then after that stage, you'll have an unlimited number of negotiations.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Dude.
The early stage, you can either go after the high players or try and get one of the sneaky guys that are hiding on the bottom, or not in the bottom, but in the middle. And I guess they're limiting it early, and then later on. That's cool.
Oh, I like that. And then last, it's just like, hey, you want to go grab them. That's so cool.
Yeah, it kind of makes it pick and choose.
Okay.
Instead of bidding on instead of some people who like to bid on every single free agent.
And I mean, okay, first of all, Amani Oruwariye, 89 speed cornerback. He's a bit older. Blake Martinez, 80 speed. What the fuck? Devin Bush, 90 speed. Overall.
What about it?
I'm just analyzing like
those are the players. Congrats, Soren knows the players. Congratulations.
And the evaluation,
but they haven't gone over the inaccurate. You're taking in the wrong information.
So yeah.
And the evaluation period, I guess that goes over every time you advance, right? That also goes up.
Maybe? I'm not sure. I don't know. Let's see if they talk about that.
Also added the evaluate offers button at the bottom of the screen, which allows you to place an offer without advancing the week, giving you more opportunities to go back and forth with your free agent targets each week.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So I guess instead of putting an unlimited amount of offers on a player, like just kind of slowly squeezing your way up to the top, right? To see what's the minimum amount, but you can get barely one over. I guess they've changed it so that 3 times per week, free agency period.
You can only do it 3 times.
You can only do it 3 times per period to check in if you're, I guess, in the lead or not.
Huh.
Let me just go back.
Which allows you to place an offer without advancing the week, giving you.
Yeah, so you can set up to 3 offers on a player.
Huh.
And I think they go into what types of offers you can set in a
so you can
here.
To go back and forth with your free agent targets each week. Finally, at the bottom of the screen is where you can sort through the available players each week, view their player card, target your players, and make your offers.
Yeah, so you can
go back.
Put targets on players.
Show me Jaquiski. Show me Jaquiski.
Oh my God.
Or Jakurksi. Hold on.
View their player card, target your player.
Why do you want to look
So they're in negotiations. They haven't evaluated any offers, and they're not in the hunt for Jaquiski. Huh. He is high interest.
We've added 4 new contract offer presets to help streamline
the
negotiation process.
Contract offer.
Team friendly, neutral, and very player friendly, and they each come with their own risk and reward. You can still customize your offers as well.
Okay. So, yep, they have new contract offers. So now you can have presets if you want, or make custom ones, or use the presets to kind of base your custom ones on. So they have player friendly, and they have some ups and downs. Player will like this offer, the player may accept less. So basically, You can make a big offer on someone.
You're basically going all out for them just to get
You're going all out for them. They could have accepted less to go to your team, but you're going all out. You're overpaying them for their value. Just to make sure that you get them over somebody else.
How much cap they have?
Team friendly. Obviously, players that are, or teams that are kind of cap crunching. Low on money. It's great for cap space, but the player is unlikely to accept. So obviously a high risk there.
Friendly,
neutral, just kind of the standard. Again, close to market value. And very player friendly. I guess means that not that one is going all out.
Now you're overpaying. Holy shit!
Yeah, look at what they're putting out. $22 million a year for 3 years for a 34-year-old JJ Watt.
But he's a superstar.
He is, but he's also expected value at $17.6 million per year.
Come on, but he's JJ Watt. He's the best in the league. Wait, okay, no, go back. I want to go back to so right now you're at 84 with a regular player friendly. Okay. So now hit play. I just want to see how the cap changes. Team friendly is 88. Okay.
Yes, that's remaining cap.
Yeah. And then neutral is 86. Okay. And then
83. Yeah. So about $5 million difference per year.
And that could matter if you got a lot of guys to resign. So depending on that's okay.
And they each come with their own risk and reward. You can still customize.
And obviously you can still make. Let me go back.
That's what you're excited for.
New rollover cap allows you to carry over unused cap space to the next year.
John is
unused cap space. So, say you have your 53 man, but you still have like 10 or 20 mil in cap space. Instead of, I guess, starting over at like 0 or whatever, and then minusing cap, and they'll take that 10 to 20 million and add that to your cap space to kind of reward guys who don't spend all their money right away.
Oh boy.
Or every single year.
And then that adjusted cap is on the right. Right?
Adjusted cap and cap space, yeah.
So their current cap space is sitting at 47 million, and they're saying that they brought over 28 million from last season.
Yes.
Interesting.
Hey.
We've taken the top requests from player feedback to improve franchise scouting for Madden 23. First,
they updated scouting again,
so you can get information on prospects faster and to optimize your chances in the draft.
So just more options for scouts.
You can now find and hire scouts that are experts at evaluating any position. You can also now scout multiple positions at each stage to unlock information on more prospects in less time. In Madden 22, as you scouted a prospect at any given position, attributes and ratings were revealed randomly. For example, if you were scouting for a QB, a rating like break tackle might have been revealed early in the process, but that's not an important attribute for QB evaluation. In Madden 23, we've added weighted attribute reveals. Now, the ratings that matter most to the position you're scouting are revealed first. For example, throw power and throw accuracy will be revealed early for a QB.
Okay.
I don't know if I like that change.
That is not...
I don't know if I...
It's a fix that's not really a fix.
Can we just acknowledge that they did like a black and white, like back in Madden 22?
Yeah, just like, if you thought so badly of that game, why did you release it?
But with color.
No, but it's like they talk so badly because they touted like, oh, we're gonna put a bunch of updates into Madden 22 franchise, and then they're just gonna completely skip over it. Like, oh, that was an off year for us. We're really committed to changing this year.
How many franchises in Madden 22 waited for this massive scouting update? How many people waited on and held on?
I don't think a lot.
For that.
They said 3. Well, hold on.
And now they're saying that wasn't
good
best
enough.
Efforts.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, that's good. They're being honest that, hey, this was but we could make it better. But I don't like this change.
Why release the game? Why not just, because if you're like, again, like Sure. If you're committed to like making big changes for Madden 23 like they are right now, sure, that's fine. Don't stick a half-assed game for 22 in the meantime while saying that you're going to make big changes for 22. It just sounds like you're just, you're just marketing desperately to try and get people to buy the game. But
yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are. They are. But to kind of go to this, they're just fixing a problem that's, I don't know, it's not really much of a fix because they said before it was random. Well, now it's a weighted probability, whatever. Now weighted. So now more relevant attributes show up. Why not just let us customly unlock it like we used to back in the days of like Madden 12 and all that?
Yeah, just because now I see, he only has A's in these categories. All right, now I can just stop scouting him because I know his best attributes.
Yeah.
I want it to be random.
But yeah,
like,
also like
sure,
some of the less relevant attributes may not matter for like position like quarterback. What if I want a scrambling quarterback? What if I want to know what his break, sack, and carrying and injury is?
Yeah, they're predetermining what they think is important attributes.
Instead
like
of giving
the
player or the user the option to do it themselves, they're just doing it for us.
If it's based, I don't think it's based on it's based on by what is graded as A. So like if you're a scrambling quarterback, it will reveal the speed and the carrying. It won't reveal.
Oh, so you're
accuracy.
You're saying it's being.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to show like A's then B's then C's because that wouldn't make sense because then you just know what the worst attributes
that's not
are.
What I just heard.
No, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's dumb, but I think it's what they're saying.
Well, let me go back.
Because right here, why would
just look at the black and white screen, and then they pan to this.
The ratings that matter most to the position you're scouting.
The ratings that matter most to the position you're scouting. Yeah, so yeah, they just So they just changed the odds a little bit more.
The first thing for a running back that's going to be unlocked is like carry. Like what? I know the running back has to carry the ball, but like that's not the important attribute that I want to know about. So I don't know. That's kind of an L to me.
Again,
this is bad.
It's all right. It's an all right change, but why not just let us decide for ourselves how we want to scout these guys?
Yeah.
EA finds a way to out EA themselves every video.
This, it was going pretty good, and then we hit this. And I was like,
keep going. I can't watch this scout.
Yo, Billy Bennett, you're trash.
Throw power and throw accuracy will be revealed early for a QB.
But he plays a Southern Florida.
Continue to listen to feedback from our community and have tuned
to
other important areas of franchise, including draft classes, franchise hub, and overall immersion updates. We've added more than 30 new player generators to our draft classes and tuned existing ones. Now you can find unique and fun players in every draft round. You'll also be able to see generational prospects in the draft. These player finds are rare, but they come with a high overall rating and be guaranteed
86 overall rookie.
This is super valuable to build a franchise for long-term success.
No, they're so full of it.
Trade logic,
okay. Also, let me just go back real quick here. So yeah,
you can't take updated trade logic. Sorry.
This is the this is I guess the prospect board. They've now added certain attributes on the side, which is a slight change, I guess. Sure. It's similar to what they had in 22, but yeah, they talk about this generational talent thing. How many of those are going to
99 jumping? Oh my god.
No, but go back. I want to look at Tavarius Archibald out of Florida State. I'm in Colorado, who is 6'5", 266, playing OLB.
Yeah, he's probably a 3-4 outside linebacker. What do you mean?
Look at Chris. They got the same face. They're playing.
Hold on, let me just go back real quick.
We've added more than 30 new player generators to our
30 new player generators? What does that mean? It's just faces and names.
Yeah. Give me DeMarcus Abraham.
Because again, like these guys just look the same.
These like base photos are so disgusting. But I'm so tired of looking at these.
Wait, but I just want to go into this quick. Like, you'll be able to find generational prospects. How many of these guys are going to be in every draft class? Because if it's one per class, then they're not generational. Generational means they're like a once in a generation talent. Like I get it if it's like different position, but if you have like a generational wide receiver this year, a generational wide receiver next year, and the year after that, and year after that, that's not generational. That just means they're getting better.
What if the same team is ass? They get 2 generational talents.
So
what if
I would love to
Sweaty?
see how frequent these generational talents come by, since
Hold
they're
on.
showing off a high attribute.
Wait. Pause it.
Yeah.
Go back 5 seconds.
Draft round.
Okay, pause it.
Yeah.
Okay, no. Okay, go back again.
To this one?
Okay, that's the Seahawks drafting. Okay, they have 9 active wide receivers, and then it cuts to a draft of a wide receiver. I was like, they got 10 wide receivers now. They didn't need a wide receiver.
Well, it's
Sorry.
Yeah, they probably have a bunch of low wide receivers. Yeah.
You'll also
Well, it cuts to
be able
Lions,
to
so I
see
was.
generational
Yeah.
prospects in the draft.
I was.
These player finds are rare. They come with a high overall
Player finds are rare. How rare exactly?
rating and will be guaranteed X factors.
Stats.
Guaranteed X factors. Also, we missed that
And
part.
he has a morale boost already.
This is super valuable as you develop your franchise for long-term success. Without
So yeah, apparently a guaranteed X factor, just hiding in the draft.
Can you
So
trade
this is
practice
why
squad
we
players?
do- That's why we do custom
CPU
drafting.
teams will place more
Yeah.
players on
Can't
the trade
trust
block
EA.
and give you more offers via the new trade target tags.
Oh.
We've also added the ability
Wait. Let me go back.
to block and give you with updated trade logic.
Wait, can you-
CPU
Can
What?
you trade practice squad players now? Because now the active roster during regular season is 75 and not 53.
Well, if it's the off season, then they're not practice squad. They're on your
Yeah,
team
that's true.
until
Well, I don't know if this screen is is regular or off season.
I would assume it's
Might-
off season because you don't get practice squad until the player cuts, which go from 75 to 53.
You can
And
just sign.
I know
traditional-
that. I know that. I'm just
Traditionally, you
asking.
can
Is
just
this...
sign somebody
yeah.
off a practice squad, so that would be
All right.
there'd be no reason
teams
to
will place more
trade
players
practice
on the
squad
trade block
players.
and give you more offers via the new trade target tags. We've also added
So they just add a guy to the trade block just cause? That's
Yeah.
just in their logic.
And then that gives, because you put them on the trade block, it gives them a tag.
Oh,
now you can use that.
Okay, I was concerned. I thought they were just gonna do it just for no reason. Like, oh, you're in the last year of your deal. Here's this trade block thing.
Wait, does
Okay.
that boost his value whatsoever? Because you. That just
Yeah.
seems
I
much
think what they're
way-
saying is that they'll go into it.
the ability to get immediate trade offers without having to advance the week before you hear back from a team.
So they're putting in more logic to where you're actually gonna get more offers when you actually put somebody on the block, because it like very rarely happens that you can get a. What?
I
I
don't.
mean, this is
Yeah, I love how they
this is
should.
one of those features where this is only relevant if you're playing it
Single
Offline.
player
with one of
franchise,
your
yeah.
buddies.
Offline, yeah.
Like, because we have 32 users, we have 32 controlled teams, so we're not going to be sending trade offers. But yeah,
Also, there has never been a point where EA has said we have improved trade logic, and I've been like, "Oh, they finally did it! They've done it!" No, I've never heard that and gone, "Oh,
Also-
here we go."
Also, what? Also, they're talking about trade logic. Why aren't they on fullbacks? Why aren't they on the fullback position?
Because you have Grant Cal Katera as your fullback, as a tight end. You obviously want Ben Mason.
it's like one of the most least appealing positions to trade.
Fullback? Why? There's like 2 relevant fullbacks. It's Kyle Juszczyk and I don't even know who else.
Andy
CJ Ham
Janovich.
and CJ Ham and I don't know who yeah.
Give me, come on, Jan.
I'm not even going to have this debate with you guys.
And make trade offers.
Oh boy, trade offer for my fullback.
Draft recap
God.
with
Draft
the first
recap.
overall.
Logic ensures teams are drafting the right players, and with new player tags, we've
Oh.
improved how each team approaches roster development.
Yeah, so I guess
Uh-huh,
they're showing
really?
the recap. Yeah. So
And make trade
if we're assuming this is like season 1 off season, Detroit's getting a quarterback. Houston's getting an outside linebacker, I guess.
They need everything, so it doesn't matter. They need.
Which
They need.
It's surprising because you see this quarterback here is a 79, and you think, okay, Houston probably needs a quarterback. So unless
79.
they're putting in some
We'll see
logic
what-
to where they think that this guy's
Oh.
higher, he's superstar or something, I don't know.
Depends what kind of year David Mills at, I guess.
Right
Yeah.
players, and with new player tag,
Corner to Pittsburgh, I guess it makes sense.
That's the truth.
each
Yeah.
team approaches roster development.
Falcons, yeah.
For
They
example,
just got Matt
Jacksonville
Corral.
Jaguars, who
He
drafted
just traded for Mariota.
No?
They don't need the quarterback.
No, they don't have Matt Corral. Or no,
Who
they
have
do
Ritter.
Yeah, Ritter.
Ritter, but he was like a fifth round
They don't
pick.
need. They don't need another quarterback.
I mean, they kind of need a quarterback.
They got Mariota and Ritter. Come on. Now.
As a franchise quarterback, won't be looking to draft another quarterback, and instead will focus on a different need. It's now easier to unlock and assign abilities. You can assign more abilities.
It's easier?
Variation for your players.
Yeah, what is what?
Yeah, we're banning abilities. Sorry.
How could you possibly make this any easier? It's such a simple concept.
Remember when the Eagles had a certain guy?
For your players, and the most impactful abilities are now gated by higher overall ratings.
Okay, that's what it was before.
That's exactly how it's always been.
Scouting UI.
Do they literally think we're like this dumb?
unless they think like, you know, maybe they're basing it off of this past year. What's been the meta abilities, and maybe some of them are lower rated than others. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
But yeah.
Improvements make it easier to assign scouts and create a cooler look at the mock drafts. In the franchise hub, we added team colors and logos to give your franchise's home base some life.
This
and
looks.
personalization.
Oh my gosh.
No, it looks fine.
The activity feed on the left easier to use, and we've decluttered some of the text and improved our transitions for a...
Oh boy, you made the text smaller. Great, thanks guys.
Hey, people in the back end going crazy right now.
The font looks like Times New Roman in bold. Like,
I love the font. I'm a big fan of the font. Also, pre-order our game. F you.
I just love it when they do this side-by-side stuff, and it literally looks exactly the same, just like a little different.
Yeah.
I
still can't get over the fact that they trashed on their old game like it is like they didn't make it.
Yeah. No, that's some companies do that. I don't mind it. Some companies.
But it's like it's made by the same developer. Like I get it if it was like a new team coming in making it.
Yeah,
but you're just trashing on yourselves and these people that work long hours. Granted, you know, not to make the greatest of products, but I don't want to blame like the people who code the game because they're they're just doing what they're being told by the executives and the developers and higher ups.
You're still gonna push the elevator button to the 3rd floor, go to the developers room, and say hi to Nathan, Corey, and Jeffrey, and give them a pat on the back for doing the same exact game every single year. Like,
see, this last year, Tyler done fucked up. Our intern Tyler made this garbage game. We fired him, and now we have a slightly better game.
Remember when Tyler added spectral font and not Times New Roman? Yeah, he's gone. You know, it was going really good until you got to the scouting. I was like,
yeah. To go back to like Madden 22, they said, you know, if you guys remember, they said that they were gonna make 3 big changes to franchise. They were gonna do scouting at launch, which was delayed to October. I forget what their first big update was, like post-launch, but they had it in
that's
later
exactly
on.
the point. We don't even know what their
second supposedly big update was just a few different scenarios that they added, and then they just never had a third one.
Yeah, and by the time the second update came, the season was over. Like, we didn't even...
Exactly. It was like February.
There was no more football.
There's no more football to be had there. We're just waiting for the next game.
So my takeaways from this, they sounded like they were taking accountability for a couple things.
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay. Like that. Awesome. Good for you. But what are you actually going to do about it? Like, they have like a few things that they touched up on. I don't know. But once again, here we are questioning all these things that they're going to try and introduce. Because when they introduce concepts and new material and new scenarios and all this stuff, based on past experiences, it's kind of been half-assed. And then when the next Madden comes out, they'll say, we upgraded these things because we didn't do the best job we could have when we brought them into the game. It's okay, stop doing that over and over, please. So I think they have a lot of good ideas that they're incorporating into the game, but how are they going to execute? When we load up the game, are we going to be excited, you know, finally? That's my big question.
You know, I will say one thing: the intro to Madden 23 is pretty cool.
Oh yeah,
I haven't seen it.
But the way that they've treated it like a live service game for, you know, a few years now. They just make updates throughout the year. if it's like that, why do you keep making us pay $60, $70 for a game that's going to have minor changes year by year?
Amen.
Like, you see these other games that are free to play, like Fortnite and all that stuff, which, you know, why am I bringing up Fortnite and all that? But
Fortnite!
Sure, they make changes to their game based on player feedback, which is what Madden wants to do, apparently. But, you know, they make their money in other ways, too, which is what Madden also does through MUT and through microtransactions, all that. So why do they need to make this game $60, $70? Why can't you just roll it out? Like, it goes on the Game Pass anyway halfway through the year. And you're giving out free codes on Twitter, and you're putting discounts on it only 2 months into the game cycle. Yeah, it's going to be 50% off by December.
Yeah, holiday season sales, yeah.
So why would you bother buying this game at launch when you can just wait a few months and buy it, you know, whenever? And they know this, and they know that people want to play right as the football season starts.
Oh yeah.
And that's the shady part that I hate about it. And I really want, you know, that's why I'm excited for, you know, when 2K eventually comes out with their football game, and when they finally release the college football game, because there will finally be another football game out there that people can split their attention between and hopefully cause a dent to create some sort of change, because I really don't want to be paying. I mean, I haven't been paying. I've just been game sharing with other people who have bought it, but I don't want to be giving this company money if they're just going to be making minor changes. Like, obviously, from what I've seen from this trailer, it looks good. It looks promising. But again, like what Ike was saying, it's all about the execution of said changes that they want to make. Yeah, which, based on their track record, has not been good.
For a massive wake-up call. You know, like, how much the community had to erupt on social media for them to, like, get to make some changes. Like, for us finally to be heard.
Yeah.
Like, they're so lucky that this Madden community is like one of the most loyal, because like no matter what, there is a portion of this Madden community that will buy the game as soon as it's released, just no matter what, every single year.
Yeah.
And EA knows that, and the community just deserves so much better than that. So I think that they're due for a really big wake up call.
Yeah. Like all the people that are, oh, why did you just not buy the game? Like, sure, they could do that, but at the same time, you can't just use that as an excuse to put out an awful product.
You know,
that, people buy the game anyway. Like, it's just...
There is a silver lining in all this. There has been rumors about the Gritty being confirmed.
Oh my god! Are you serious? Dude, the Gritty and Fortnite. I was about to say in Fortnite.
Sales just went up.
From Fortnite.
The Gritty and Fortnite? No. The Gritty and Madden? Oh my gosh. I need to buy this game now.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The Gritty from Fortnite?
Best game ever 2022. Oh my god.
Yeah, they have to market.
Nothing else matters besides Gritty.
I mean, that's what I've been saying for years. No, I've been saying for years. EA needs to release Madden every other year. They need to be a 2-year release, and then
it doesn't even need to be every other year. Just make it a full live service game.
Oh, so you mean
just change it to Madden NFL. Stop making it year by year. Just change it to Madden, because obviously they're approaching Madden 25 for the second time, because they already did Madden 25. So maybe I obviously don't know exactly what they're up to there. If they're just going to do Madden 25 again or 2025, I don't know. But what I think they should do is just make it a free game, make it a live service game, and just call it Madden NFL or whatever. You know, EA Sports Madden NFL. Stop making it a year-by-year game, and then just make it live service where you make updates to it. And then, you know, there you go. Unless you know, obviously they kind of have two different games now with the next gen and the current gen, so I don't know what they're going to do with that.
You have to take away the old gen.
Yeah.
You have to something to take it away.
Because if it's the same game year after year, then, I mean, I don't know.
I'm just gonna be in a bad mood if we continue to talk about EA.
There's plenty more coming out that we can talk more about, like the ratings and all that. We'll get to another time. But
I'm just excited to they also released the new, what's it called? So whenever everyone else gets the game 3 days early, that's also when they're releasing the 10-hour free trial for everyone who didn't.
Okay.
So everyone gets to play the game early.
Just for 10 hours, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so
I'm going to game share it anyway with someone who buys it, so.
Yep.
I'm not spending a dime. But yeah, unless anyone has any last thoughts or comments, I think this will wrap up this episode of Reactionary Commentary.
Yeah. Clickbait commentary. There it
is. Clickbait commentary. Ike throws a fit about Madden. That's got to be one of the...
They added this into Madden?
Ike, any closing questions, comments, or concerns?
No, I have nothing left to say to EA.
All right, John.
Ike walks out.
End it.
All right.
Upload it to YouTube and let's get...
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Deuces.